Okay, let's see if this might work this time. Yeah, thanks to JD last night, it got me a bit more inspired to start vlogging again. I started vlogging back in 2011. I'll just show you what's really bad with gas. I don't know if you can see that. Where's the top? That is a Panasonic GF1. I was scrolling through eBay just before my birthday on the 2nd of April, and I was looking at Lumix lenses. And the Lumix lenses on eBay, they actually came up and said, here's some suggestions, and I saw this little camera, and this camera was $99. Rather than research it, it said it was working, so I grabbed it. I'd never heard of a GF1 before, and with the GF1, when I looked it up on YouTube, everyone said, oh look, this is a Colt camera. Anyway, what we're going to try and do with these daily little vlogs is when I jump off my train and walk to work, I'll just talk to you, and if I see anything with photo, I'll show you. So it's sort of like a photo POV, what they call these days. 22 degrees and windy down here on Friday. We are outside, if you can't pick it up there. We're in Highlander Lane at the moment. So the trick with these old cameras is pretty simple. As you all know if you're following this page and this YouTube channel, I don't actually stick myself to just one brand. I prefer to just spend all my money on lenses. I mean, I've got everything from Sony to Canon to Nikon. I've got Olympus, Panasonic, Samsung, you know, the list just keeps going on.
As well as trying to do...
It's crap. So, the concept for me, I know you'd be better if you actually brought one brand, stuck with one camera, one lens. There's plenty of people who tell you that's how to go, but I do this for fun. I need a challenge. I don't find photography mentally challenging, so mixing up the cameras and mixing up the... I'm trying facial tracking, by the way, on this DJI. The mixing up the cameras mixes up your brain a bit, gives it a bit more of a challenge. Alright, I'm going to flip you around. We're going to start with this little Vespa, see if we can organise something outside Rio. What are we outside? Flip. There we go. How's that for modern technology? You see the Vespa? That's the building I was talking about. I'll pop these photos. Alright, flip you back around, you can talk to me. Okay. Grab another one there. So the lens I got on here, well, we'll start at the start. Last Sunday was my first day out with this camera, so we've had 6 days. I only get 1 day off every fortnight or so, so I'm always walking to work shooting photos because I've never actually got a day off to do it. Speaking of which, I've got 30 minutes to a start shift, so I've got plenty of time. Right, so I got this camera turned up on Friday, I brought it out on Sunday. I tried the 20mm on the first day because you always put your best lens on when you're trying something, and it worked a treat. You put a sharp lens on any camera and that camera is going to look great. Then I did 3 days of TT Artisan, 17, 25 and 35mm. I don't really like the 25mm. It's too close on the TT Artisan between the aperture ring and the focus ring. It's like the width of a piece of paper. But it worked. I've got a bit of black and white up here. I'm going to interrupt my confusing talk for a second. You can see that is going to work like that. Okay. Back to me. So, TD Artisans, I got really funky and got the Helios 44-2 out, which I've only ever used on film cameras and K mount Pentaxes at 58mm with the focal distance thing on micro 4/3. Well, 116mm it came to. I got some photos, but I just found it was too much work at that kind of distance with that kind of lens. You really spend too much time focusing. So I'm going to try that lens again as a video lens rather than as a photography lens next time I bring it out. Don't mind me, we'll just try not to get run over. May look bright and sunny to you, but just flat sky out there. Get a traffic light photo for it. So where I am now is where people like the Manchester Football Club stayed. And turn around. That building up there. Probably can't see it. Facial tracking. What do they call that building? The Western or something. It's where a lot of the international sports teams stay. Not the Indian cricket team, they stay at the casino. Another black and white opportunity as I'm scrolling along here. We're outside the old Port Authority. Turn this camera around. Flip. We're going to try and get the grill. Or something similar. Not really doing it for me at the moment. Let's try that. We'll shoot down the stairs. We've got people over here smoking. See? That does look a bit better. Right. Flip you back around. Hey, you're back. Okay, so Western's there. Immigration building behind me, which is the Immigration Museum now. Just figuring out my way out here. So, I'd never used, this is 2009 this camera, I've never used a 16-year-old micro 4/3. And one of the big things people always bitch about with micro 4/3 is you get noise, you get grain, you get this, you get that, you know. They're always bitching about the quality of the sensor. And yet I've had an EPL pen since 2016. Never had noise issues. I mean, you put it up to 6400 or something ridiculous and you might get noise, but not ISO 400, which is what everyone bitches about on the review pages. This camera had ISO 400. Just starts to get grain. Very, very fine grain. But now I know where it comes from. The original sensors obviously were their Venus was the name of the sensor, and this original sensor was a little bit more susceptible. I have got it. I'll have to check that. I've got an ISO auto at the moment, which I have set to 100 to 800. And I've got it in P mode, so I'm letting the camera think about it. Queuing up for morning coffee behind me. Well, I face this way, you might see that way. Maybe not. Maybe. Get the trolley blocking. We are getting closer to the coffee shops. Up here is where I used to go to get my fishing gear before COVID. Anyway, so the sensor, back on topic. The sensor is a bit noisy. Now, something I got now that I did not have back in 2009, for example, was Lightroom. Quite literally move the noise slider a centimetre. What's that, about 15%? And the noise is gone. Or reduce the sharpness in Lightroom and the noise is gone. Or leave the noise on there because it actually has a nice film feel about it. It's not over the top. ISO 1000 on this is getting a bit grainy, but I don't need to use that. It's a Lumix. Sorry about the bright light, I found the sunshine. Lumixes don't have in-body stabilisation. Olympus, Pentax, they do have it. So I've got to either have an in-body stabilised lens or a fast lens like this one. Or I don't shoot it at night. And at the moment I'm not doing any night shooting. So microphone's still that good. Yeah, it's not a bad camera if you want a $99 camera, but I don't see the cult factor to it. It was the second Lumix to be brought out mirrorless in the space of like 6 months or something. The first one has a tilt screen, this one has a fixed screen. It's really light, really ergonomic. It is literally smaller than my hand. If I put a body cap lens on it, it actually fits in my pocket. It's ideal for street photography, and I'm not shooting for National Geographic, I'm not shooting for Time magazine, I am just walking around shooting random crap in the city and trying not to get run over. So, I'm going to attempt to keep doing these little walks. Well, I'm going to do the walks, I've got to get to work. But I'm going to try and keep doing these walkie-talkie vlogs as I go from Spencer Street to Flinders Street Station. See if I can't get myself back into vlogging mode. Cool old guy walking here. Shouldn't pick on old guys. I'm 8 years from retirement, so I'm starting to become an old guy. Alright, where are we now? We're coming up to Elizabeth Street. Those who know the corner of Elizabeth and Flinders know that's where you get yourself in trouble. So I am going to put all my expensive gear away before somebody attempts to steal everything off me. And I'll talk to you tomorrow or Sunday or whenever I get back out again. And the main thing is stay safe. Come back, camera. There we go. Okay, camera's losing the plot here. Alright. Alright, camera's back. Sorry about that. Anyway, stay safe. Have fun. Thank you to everyone who subscribed. I will chat to you in a few days' time.